we go.
All right.
Well, I'm with my sister today. It's a family affair. Thanks for everybody for uh, checking out our father's Facebook page, Raymond Elijah Hurry, the Conga slap behind hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Our father was the original percussionist conga player for the Last Poets when their albums came out late 60s, early 70s. And what I'm trying to do, we have a lot of time because of the COVID
Mm-hmm.
era. And so I'm trying to use it to utilize, different resources we can use like Zoom for the performing arts, not just our father's page for dad's page, but stuff with my theater company. So today I have my sister Colette, and her and I are just gonna chop it up. I'm gonna ask her some questions. It's all in hope to give the world a better view of who our father was.
Yeah.
Because our dad was not, he wasn't just a Last Poet. He was not just a drummer for the Last Poets. Our father had so many other facets of his life that were important. He had a family. He was an artist for real, serious artist. He had a dance company in North Carolina, Goldsboro, North Carolina. Husband, parent. He was just great. So that's what this page is about. It's not like we're trying to just make him the celebrity on Facebook because he was a Last Poet. No, he was an awesome dude, and
That's right.
he was one of the founding forefathers of hip hop, along with the Last Poets and Gil Scott-Heron. So first I'll go through. For those that don't know, my father Raymond Hurry, his album name was Nalaja.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go through and show some photos of who he is, just so we can bring the audience, I guess, with us, Colette.
That'll work.
So I'm gonna, yeah, and of course that's Colette Hurrey-Sherard, my sister. But I'm gonna show the album photos and whatnot really quick, and I think I have to go to share screen.
Yeah.
Okay, boom, for our audience. And I'm gonna go here. Let's go here first, okay? I'm gonna fly by these.
Memories.
Yeah, memories. We might as well, let's just start with photos, Colette.
Yeah.
So we can bring the audience with us, they'll understand.
Mm-hmm.
Dad had, like I mentioned before, he moved to North Carolina, I think was it 1977?
1975.
Wow, it was in 75?
Mm-hmm.
So in 77, right, he started the company.
Exactly.
Got you, sis. And these are photos from when he first started his company, the Cultural Movement Incorporated.
Yes.
Which we also have a Facebook page for the Cultural Movement. So everybody definitely visit that page. I'll probably put a link or a reminder. But the Cultural Movement Incorporated was Dad's company in Goldsboro, North Carolina. That's one of the pictures. Let's go next. That's, you know what? That's not, that's Dad, drumming in New York. And Uncle Ronnie would know exactly where that is.
Exactly.
I think
in New York.
As a matter of fact, I think Uncle Ronnie chimed in and to let us know where that was. But I don't want the full screen because that's not the photo I saved. But let's come here.
That's me.
Yeah, I know. Look, let's close you out.
Exactly.
Okay, since we're all public and everything, let's close that out. Good. Mm-hmm. Let's close this out, and let's keep that for safety.
Yes.
Or privacy. Because I had all these pictures here. So we have Barbara there. Okay, Barbara, and we'll talk about her later. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see what picture this was. That's another Barbara. Barbara, we're hoping that she comes on and that she will chime in. And Barbara was another member of the dance company and a good friend of Dad's. I'm trying to find pictures of the poet stuff. Okay. Oh, I can always do this. Okay. So for those of y'all who don't know, this was the Last Poets' first album, and it was self-titled, Last Poets. Here's Our Father. Okay, and these were the poets at the time that were on that album.
Mm-hmm.
This is a promo photo from CMA for the poets at the time. There's Dad here.
Yep.
Let me see.
You looking like him.
Who, me?
Uh-huh.
Indeed, especially the nose.
Exactly.
Third album, Chastisement, which is kind of like one of the best kept secrets. And Dad was very instrumental in this album development, from what I understand. Let's see. That's me. Okay.
Oh,
Old
God,
school
that's
Yin.
an old picture.
Old school Yende.
Wow.
And this drum, see, before everybody had a djembe, what we have to understand, we've been into, the African cultural arts, the dance for years and years and years. This drum was carved, this djembe was carved on my back porch.
Yeah.
My dear friend Ngoma Woolbright.
Mm-hmm.
Ngoma made this djembe before there were days of,
Dad.
huh?
That was after Dad.
It was after
Mm-hmm.
Dad passed. Our father passed away in 1981. And Colette's right. And Ngoma carved that. I remember he'd get up every morning and carve that.
Yep.
Thank you, Ngoma.
Yes.
Ngoma is one of the many legends in African dance.
Wow.
In the African dance world. There I am again. And that drum is the second drum Ngoma carved, because he made two.
Yeah.
And Ngoma carved that, made that djembe on my back porch before the days of these stores that are just mass producing djembes or getting them from Africa. I was lucky that one was made on my back porch. There is the classic photo. That's on that page. That's
in the park in Brooklyn.
That's in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
I think that was either Brooklyn or Queens, one of the two.
I like the hat Dad's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
he loved the kufi.
Did he? For real?
Yeah.
Hey, that sweater you got on is fresh though.
Oh yeah, they kept me fresh now.
Man.
Hair tight, hair
Really,
neat.
man. Even the hair, man. It's like Norda, man.
Yes.
I swear Norda the same way.
Yes. Oh wow.
Classic.
Classic.
And let me see, I can zoom in a little bit, and there you are.
Ooh, yeah.
There you are.
Wow.
Behind Dad.
Yep. Wow.
And then I think it's here, there. Let's see, what was this one? Okay, and there's Dad, of course, in the studio.
Yep.
Recording one of the albums. And these congas, look at how classic and old school that is.
Now that picture is from when Dad had first established the cultural movement in New York.
Mm.
They were in the they had studio time.
Really?
So at that time, the cultural movement was not it wasn't a dance company. They were just singing the stuff, the songs, the chants that we learned from the religion he was in.
Right, the Yoruba religion.
Yeah. So that wasn't dance then. It was just they got that studio time. Mm-hmm.
Right. Music and song. It wasn't dance.
Yeah.
Do you know, I didn't know that. I always thought that was a poet's picture. Like when, wow.
Yeah.
And I have that picture on the cultural movement website. I mean, Facebook page.
Uh-huh. Well,
I know the picture you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still was the cultural movement. Yeah.
So see, even the name cultural movement, he had in New York.
Yeah.
And that's Mom. That's our mother, Ann Hurry.
Wow.
Back in the day, from some event we did. And we still have this book in storage, Colette.
Oh, wow.
We still have it. Yeah. We still have it. Let me see here. What's here? Boom. That's more of y'all. I wanted to just make sure I pulled out the album covers. Okay, good.
Right.
That's good. All right, and I think I have to stop the share. And then I get back to you. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's wrap. Now that we did some history and we know why we're here, we'll share those pictures with Barbara too. Colette, first start out, tell the world about who you are. Tell us about yourself. Let's let them know.
I'm Colette, like you said, Colette Hurrey-Sherard, a daughter of Raymond and Elijah Hurry. Grew up in New York till the 5th grade. We moved to Goldsboro, North Carolina in 1975. When we moved here, 2 years later, Dad started the cultural movement. And he first started out going into the schools, but yeah, and I have my own family now. I have 4 children, 7 grandchildren, and retired from the state of North Carolina. 25 years with school, 5 with Cherry Hospital in Goldsboro. And now just living my best life.
That's good.
Advisor, doing what I want to do.
Do you remember leaving New York, because after Dad finished the Poets and all that, yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Well, I remember we came down because Granddaddy had died. So in 75, in fact, it was, when was it? It might have been July. We came to Goldsboro for Granddaddy's funeral, and we went back to New York, and Dad was, well, before we left Goldsboro, he was job hunting because we knew we would have to move to Goldsboro to be with Granny. And so I remember he put in an application at Obabi. And so we went back to New York. He found out he got the job. I can't remember if he found out before we left Goldsboro or not. And so when we went back in August, we started the preparation to move to Goldsboro in 75. So we moved down here, and I was mad because in New York, I went to public school.
Yeah.
When we got to Goldsboro, North Carolina, I found out I had to go to Catholic school.
St. Mary.
Sad, yes, St. Mary's. But yeah, so and we moved down here, and Dad was working at Obabi.
So he already had the job.
Yeah, I think he already had it. That's why we moved down here when we did, because he got the job. Okay. And moved in with Granny and was staying with her.
That's all right. I am Colette's brother, if you didn't figure that out. I'm in Oklahoma City right now, just to go fast. My background is theater. I studied theater undergraduate, went to graduate school for acting, have my MFA, so I've just been doing theater all around and teaching. I would say teaching is my backup, but it's not. Teaching's my thing. They're equal. Either I'm teaching in a classroom or I'm out in the community teaching as an artist. Yeah, I mean, I'm married. I have a family. I have a son and daughter. My son is 9. My daughter is 7. Okay, I hope I'm right. Ages and anniversaries. Oh my gosh.
That's why they say ages.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, life is good. Life is good. Our mother lives in Goldsboro, North Carolina, and she's doing well, even amidst this COVID virus. But yeah, let's get to talking, Colette. I'm going to interview you. I'm going to make you the star for this.
Okay, then.
I need both of us to do this. So let me see. This one. I have a question here that says, when did you meet Raymond Hurry? But that does not apply to you. That was probably more for Barbara.
It was in 1964.
Look.
It was February 1st, 1964.
64. So moving on to the next question.
Exactly.
All right, here's a good one. What kind of director was Dad? And this is cool for me. And notice this studio audience out there. A lot of times this is good for me and my sister too, because we don't connect like this, even when I was looking at some of the questions. But it's important for me. What kind of director was Dad?
Like you, just like you. He was, when it came time, he was serious, but he wasn't like a hard director. He wanted to make sure it was done right. He had fun doing what he was doing. He loved the cultural movement because he loved the arts.
Yeah.
And at that time, because of the religion that he was in, it kind of connected. Since we left New York, when he started the cultural movement in Goldsboro, it kind of kept him still connected with that part of it by teaching the dances that he learned in respect to the religion. He was in the Yoruba religion. You know, they had dances.
Right.
So he taught everybody those and taught the drummers the drums that he played in New York. So that gave him some drummers in Goldsboro that he was able to drum with. So he enjoyed it because then that gave him a connection that he lost with the people in New York.
Yeah.
So he was a good director.
Yeah.
He wasn't real tough, like hard on you, but he wanted to make sure you got it. And that it was right.
That's all right. So,
and he taught the dances. He wasn't nobody else there to teach. He taught them.
So he taught, and the company members, the women and men took to it.
Women and men, and he was teaching merengue. He was teaching all the women the merengue. We were learning.
Really? I never knew that shit.
Because he missed that too. Because back in the day, him and Mom used to go to this place called the Palladium.
The Palladium in New York.
A lot of that. So he brought that into the company too.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was teaching merengue too.
Yeah. And he loved it because he would do 2 women. He'd have 2 of us.
For real?
And all of that because he loved it. He was good.
Really?
Yes.
Where he go over it in rehearsals?
Yeah.
You know,
now we never did it when we performed, but he was teaching it.
Wow. Look, I'm gonna mute the TV just in case for sound. So even though I think we're fine. So I'm gonna change the sound real quick. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm gonna turn it up here a bit. You can still hear me? Okay, good. So even though he was teaching y'all merengue, it wasn't towards like a performance. He would do that just to have fun. Intermingled in rehearsal.
Cause he loved it. Him and Ma would show us.
That's all right. Let me see. I'm trying to. I think I lost some sound quality here because now I can barely hear. But you know what? I think I'm gonna go back to my original sound.
Okay.
Because I can hear you better.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Can you hear me? Okay, good. And maybe I'll just turn this down a bit. You can still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a detail I didn't know. So yeah. Was Dad, as far as like the arts, was he an early guy, on time, or late when it came to rehearsals, shows, and things? How was he about time?
Early. Early, because he wanted to set stuff up and have it set up and ready. Yeah, he was.
Even rehearsal?
Yeah, in rehearsal. That was just his nature anyway. He was the type of person that didn't need an alarm clock to get up.
Wow.
He just got up. I was telling my friend when we were walking the other day, I said, my dad never needed an alarm clock. I said, Ma would get mad because they would have, if they had company, even when we moved down here, 9 o'clock, he was going to bed. He didn't mind the company being there. He would get mad because he would leave her up with the company and be like, okay, good night, y'all, and go to bed. But then he was always up early in the morning to go to work.
He was up early.
Or, for practices. Yes, he got up on Saturdays, played his music while we cleaned, all of that early, yes. He wasn't a late person. He was on time. Well, before time. He wasn't there right.
Before time. And that's cool because even I'm teaching my kids that the work ethic of how does it go? Before time is on time. Yeah. On time is late. Late is unacceptable.
Yep.
And so
we get it honest. Now, Ma on the Ma ain't no on time.
Mom's a stroller. She strolls in.
Yes. But yeah, that was him. It was early. He had to be there early.
That's all right. Let me see this next one. Are there, let me see. Are there things in your life, things that happen, particular moments that make you think about Dad?
Oh, yeah, a whole lot.
I know it's a lot. What are some things, like what's the stuff that stands out? I know it's a broad question.
Oh yeah. Well, he loved having fun. I always remember, and in New York, we always had company
Wow.
all the time.
Yeah.
There was people either staying with us or there was always people at the house. And I remember him and Dad and his friends would always have fun.
Mm-hmm.
We always had, and for some reason, he didn't mind being, if you were straight, gay, whatever. We had some gay friends that had to stay with us. We had a Puerto Rican family that had a bunch of children.
Mm-hmm.
The children ended up staying with us for a while.
Really?
Yeah, we always had people at the house. So
I didn't know that.
mm-hmm. And even when we moved out to Goldsboro, of course, once the company started, we always had people at the house.
And I remember, now see, that's what I remember. And everybody at, in the studio audience at home, there's 10 years between me and my sister. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I'm sitting here a lot like, oh man, I didn't know that. I didn't know that because she's older, she remembers more. Mm-hmm. So even in New York, because see, I remember, all I can remember in Goldsboro, people at the house all the time.
Exactly.
So it was the same way in New York?
Same way in New York. It was always people at the house.
So was that Dad's personality or Mom or both? What do you think?
Both, because you know when Dad passed, even when Mark kept the company up, there was always somebody,
people there.
Company members, always at the house. So they just loved having people over. Dad loved having fun. Mm-hmm. Ma used to also get mad because me and Dad always played all the time. And then I'd always end up being hurt. She'd be like, Mac, I done told you about playing rough with that girl.
Really?
Stop. I ended up crying, mad. But yeah, he just loved having fun. But when he needed to work, he worked.
Right. Well, he was a fun dude.
Yeah, I remember something happened in New York, and I remember Ma talking about Dad was determined to go to work, so he had some roller skates, so he roller skated to work.
Right, I remember her telling me that story, said he even like made it on the news or something.
Yeah, from Brooklyn to Manhattan.
It was during the blackout or something?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
You know, the New York blackout, something like that.
Oh yeah, he went to work every day.
Like he didn't let that stop him. He still went to work.
Still went to work.
We would have been calling in like, yo, it's too dark. You know, hey, and it's dangerous. But Dad went.
Ain't got no ride.
I ain't got no ride. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
That's good. What was let me see. You're doing it if let me see, because I just highlighted some stuff here. I'm just gonna go through. What do you miss most about Dad and your memories? Like, what do you miss most?
Him just being here.
Yeah.
And being around. And just being around.
What about being around? Like, do you remember like that was it the playing?
Having fun.
Talks you had with him. Did you ever connect with him a lot as like father-daughter?
I don't remember. Well, we had that father-daughter connection, of course.
Yeah.
But as far as deep talks, no, because I was young.
Yeah, right, right.
I was still high school, whatever. You ain't do no deep talking.
Yeah.
I just, the father-daughter stuff, learning how to ride your bike. He was the one taught me. He the one told me that there wasn't no Santa Claus.
He the one said ain't no Santa Claus.
We were out and I had gotten a bike for Christmas. He was teaching me how to ride. And I never forget, he asked me, he said, do you think there's a Santa Claus? And in my mind, I remember thinking, now he's asking me this. I'm going to say no, just to see. So I was like, no. And he was like, how'd you know? So that's how I found out it wasn't. But just fun stuff. Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Was there anything you disagreed about with Dad?
Oh.
Whether it be arts wise or did y'all have big disagreements or something?
No, because we never had disagreements.
That's good.
No father-daughter disagreement.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of got my way because
I was spoiled. You were spoiled.
Yeah. I remember, I'm just telling stories. I remember Tanya, our cousin Tanya, was down from New York, and we wanted to go to the pool. Remember Peacock Pool?
Peacock Pool, right down the street, North End.
We wanted to go to Peacock Pool, and I asked Dad, and he said, "No, y'all ain't going to no pool today." Because we didn't have, I think it was 25 cents, 50 cents, something like that. So I went outside. I told Tanya, I said, "We can't go." I said, "But if he come out, pout like you said, and he'll let us go."
You were the schemer. You were the big planner.
Exactly.
You were the professor. You were the professor.
Yeah, she's pouting and I'm pouting. He came out, gave us the money, said, "Here, go on to the pool." Yeah.
Look, I'm laughing because I'm like, then y'all don't get on me then because my daughter get me to
I know she do.
And my wife, my wife gets mad.
And that's why when y'all around, I could see her working you. That's why I be telling you, she working you. Because I remember.
I'll think about it and I'll be like, look, all right, come on, the same
thing
Dad did. That's what I do, Colette.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to know I ain't too unique.
Exactly.
I'm not like the oddball. Because I swear I do the same thing. That's why I'm laughing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like, look, y'all
go ahead then.
Go ahead then.
Like you mad, but you're doing it anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, because and so just knowing those little things about Dad really helped me to understand me too, just as a male.
Mm-hmm.
The little things you're telling me,
Right.
You see Auntie Colette?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my son's here.
Oh, hey, Yasin.
Yeah, you want to come get in the shot? Say what's up.
Hi.
How you doing?
My son.
I like your glasses.
Did you hear?
Uh-huh.
What'd she
Wait,
say?
what? No.
Ask her again.
What? Ma'am?
Excuse me? Excuse me?
I like your glasses. Who is that gonna walk just in front of the camera?
You are about to really. This is my daughter. Hold on. Your default speaker. Change your speakers. You know why? Because she came over here.
She knocked into stuff just walking on by. Hey, Norda. Norda.
There.
Norda.
Yeah?
I know you hear me.
Yeah, the sound was going crazy. She accidentally hit a wire.
Of course, because she gonna sneak on by in front of the camera.
Yeah, there's the camera. How you gonna sneak by?
Just walk right in front of it.
Let me see. Final question, I think it's good enough for today, sis.
Okay.
We're improvising.
Yeah.
If you knew that Dad could drop by and visit you tomorrow, what would your ideal day spent together look like?
Sitting, talking, asking questions, telling him how much I miss him.
Yeah. Any specific question come to mind? Like something you would ask him.
Gotta take a minute.
Take your time, because I'm gonna think too. I'm gonna answer this one too. Like, what would I ask Dad? I personally, for me right now, to ask him about any issues or problems he had in his marriage and how he dealt with it.
Right, that would probably be mine.
Mine would be marriage questions, like how do you make it happen? How do you make it work?
Right.
Because in my brain, Mom and Dad had a perfect marriage.
Right. Exactly. And they had some problems, but we never saw them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you just tear up, sis?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Look, wait a minute.
Look,
wait a minute.
Let me get you some tissue.
No, I got it.
I was going to give you digital tissue. You know, but I know that one's kind of, it's close to home. Because I was going to ask Barbara the same thing too, you know?
Right.
And again, I tried to do these questions with both of you. Because her relationship was dad, of course.
Right.
Different colleague and friend versus daughter.
Right.
And whatnot.
Tell her, don't worry, you're always tearing up every time you talk about dad.
Yeah. For Madge telling me, don't worry, I'm always tearing up talking about my dad. You know, talking about dad lately, you know.
Even if it's been years.
Questions about dad, and every time I ask you a question about your father, you start tearing up.
Yeah, it's even after so long, you know.
Yeah.
And just visualizing.
Yeah, we were so young.
Yeah, and if he was here, you know, what would that day be like?
Exactly.
First thing that comes to my mind is marriage advice.
And I used to afterwards I used to have dreams of him, and you know, like walking in the room and he'd be in his chair in the living room watching TV, but he never talked. I would be like, what are you doing here? You know? So
Yeah, he was
and a lot of people back in the day still remember him, you know, and miss him, or that knew him from back in the day in Goldsboro from starting, you know, the company.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of them people are gone.
Yeah, even trying to figure out people to interview, it's
right.
tough because a lot of them are passed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to reach Sam. You know, I talked to Mom about friends and stuff, but even like cousin Bess, rest his soul, would have been good when he passed. Yeah. But this is the first of many. You know, I'm hoping this will do something good for the world, like what we're sharing.
Yeah, I think so.
You know.
To know where it came from, where we came from.
Yeah, make it real.
Where the genes come from.
Because you'd be surprised. Yeah, the world knows the last poets, but they never knew a lot about Dad, that Conga player in the background. That was really the grounding of the group to me. And I'm not just saying that because he's our father.
Right.
Just from what I've learned, what I see, he grounded the group. The world should know that. Yeah, the world should know he had a life outside of that.
If not, they wouldn't keep him on the stuff that they're using to advertise.
Exactly.
If it wasn't a pivotal point.
Exactly. And he's in all of it because he was consistent with it.
Exactly.
And even that's
another traveling and everything with them.
Yeah.
I remember them days of him being gone.
Really? What was the longest he was gone at any one time?
I do remember him coming home from California, and the reason why I remember that, he was on his way home, I think, because the house had gotten broken into.
Yeah.
And I remember
Really?
Yeah, somebody had broken into our apartment, and I remember me and Ma came home, and the door was open.
What?
And what had happened, people on our floor, their stuff, somebody had robbed their house. And then, like, they came to our house, they had put, I had birthday cake in the refrigerator. And they had taken the cake and just put a big piece of it, a hunk of it in the middle of my bed. They had ransacked Ma and them's room looking for money. And I think I remember Ma saying they had money under the carpet. Did they get the money? I can't remember. But yeah.
I didn't know that story. Mom's never told me that.
I remember the investigators coming to the house, asking questions.
And Dad was on tour at the time.
He was on tour, and I think he came home the next day, I think it was.
Now, was it because the tour was over or because after y'all told him?
I can't remember.
That's tough to remember.
Because I
never knew that story.
Sure did.
What the heck? Did they put half the cake in the middle? Did they eat while they was breaking in and just?
I don't know if it was.
What kind of image is that? The cake.
I was like, why they put my cake in the middle of my bed? They have mushed it in the middle.
What is that?
In the kids' room. They had ransacked my room.
I didn't know that. Mom's never told me that one.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah. And I remember the investigators asking me questions.
Yeah. But they never found him, of course.
They asked, like, what did I see when we came home?
But they never found him.
I don't
No
know.
follow-up.
Mm-mm.
That's
Nope.
interesting. I never knew that one, sis. That's a new story.
Yeah, because they stole the neighbor's TV.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It was someone that knew y'all and knew your rhythm.
Probably.
Like
Yeah.
when y'all wouldn't be home, especially if they got the neighbors too.
Exactly. Yeah. Sure did.
Yeah. Well, shoot. I don't know. That's it. Yeah.
That
That's
was
all the
good.
questions I had, and it's a
That
good
was
start.
good questions. Mm-hmm.
They were okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the
I like
questions,
pictures. Uh-huh.
questions are good. Pictures were good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that-
interviewing is new for me. You know, but
I know.
we're improvising. You know.
I can't wait to hear everybody else's stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I put it out to several folk, so it'll be good. And I'll pretty much do the same kind of outline.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be real good. Dress it up for you too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you could put those clips. Well, you have them in there anyway when you're speaking to folks. So I was going to say,
Like the same photos, everything. Yeah, and I'll probably add some new ones every now and then, depending on who I'm speaking to. I think I'm gonna try to get small video clips of some kind of something. I don't know. See, it was hard back then. It's hard to get the older ones.
All the videos in storage.
Yeah, I have to really get those because now I have a device that can transfer the VHS to digital. It's kind of cool.
Oh, can you really?
Yeah, I got it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna start posting more stuff.
Mm-hmm. That'll be good.
For all the people at home watching, thanks for viewing. Thanks for viewing. And check us out later. Stay up with us. Check out the Cultural Movement Incorporated page, Hurry Up Consulting and Performing Arts, our Facebook page. Man, we have pages everywhere in YouTube.
Yes.
Just Google it. You know, I'll have to set up, a little more organized, put some stuff here. Old school cut and paste cardboard with address names, sis. And thank you, Colette. Thanks, sis, for sharing.
And the people need to like, share, and subscribe also on your YouTube channel. And leave comments about what you heard. Please,
subscribe, like, leave comments.
Share.
Okay, that's important. Share, definitely share. Indeed, and let's continue to build.
Yeah.
Thanks, Colette.
All right, no problem. That was good.
I'm going to click stop here. Say what?
I said that was good.
It was all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let me click stop here. Thank you, studio audience.